Hey, Spilling the Sweet Tea fam, welcome back to my channel. Today we're making a Biscoff banana bread. This recipe is a part of my No Food Waste series. And because we know food is too damn hard to be wasting it. So I'm going to take these bananas that are going bad, as you can see, and make this banana bread. In the series, I'll also be showing you guys how to can mandarin oranges, as well as pickle red onions, and more. First, let me show you how to make this banana bread. You want to mash up your bananas, and you want to measure out 1 1/3 cup of mashed bananas. No more, no less. Now crack 2 eggs and then add in 1/2 cup of olive oil. Now you want to add in 1 cup of white sugar. Once your white sugar goes in, you want to add 1/4 cup of sour cream. Now add in your mashed bananas to the bowl. And the next thing you want to do is get out your cookie butter. I had this one in my pantry from Trader Joe's, but you can use any cookie butter you want. You just want to melt down enough cookie butter for 1/2 cup. Add in your cookie butter, then you want to add in some vanilla bean paste. If you don't have vanilla bean paste, you can just use vanilla extract. Now 2 tablespoons of whole milk goes in, and now all you want to do is whisk until everything is well combined. Now set your wet ingredients aside and let's work on your dry. For your dry ingredients, you're going to need 2 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, not baking powder, baking soda, and then 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And now give everything a good whisk. Once you have your dry ingredients whisked well, you want to add your wet ingredients to your dry ingredients, just like this. Baby, I love baking even more when there is no hand mixer or stand mixer needed. This recipe only calls for a spatula and a whisk. That's it. You want to make sure you mix well so all that flour comes off the side of the bowl and at the bottom of the bowl. So you want to mix this really, really well. Once you have everything fully incorporated, you just want to prepare your loaf pan. I'm using Pam's Perfect Release Spray. After I sprayed my pan, I just used a pastry brush. Make sure my pan was well coated. And then I just added my batter into my pan. When I tell you this recipe was so easy to make, and baby, it smells so good, even when I was mixing it up. I'm using a 9x5 loaf pan, and that was the perfect size for this banana bread. Get those air bubbles out. You want to tap your pan on your counter just like this, and you want to bake on 350 degrees for about 60 minutes. Once you stick a toothpick in the center and it comes out clean, it is ready. It may need to go another 5 to 10 minutes depending on your oven. But baby, look at this. When I tell you this Biscoff banana bread was some type of good, it was delicious. To make my glaze, all I did was add about 1 cup of powdered sugar into a bowl, 2 tablespoons of melted cookie butter, 3 tablespoons of whole milk, and then a teaspoon of vanilla. To cut the sweetness, you want to add also a pinch of salt. Give everything a really good whisk until the powdered sugar is well combined. Once your glaze is glazing, it should look a little bit like this. Now, I'm being super extra. You do not have to do this, but I did. Get you about 2 to 3 Biscoff cookies and add them to a bag. I just used a meat mallet to crush them up really fine. Once my banana bread had completely cooled, I drizzled on my Biscoff glaze, just like this. I didn't want my glaze dripping too much on the side of my bread, so I did it in the pan. You can do whatever works for you. Once you have your glaze on it like you want it, you just want to top it with those crushed Biscoff cookies, just like this. And then I just made a simple vanilla glaze to go on top, which is just plain powdered sugar, a couple tablespoons of milk, and vanilla extract. Banana bread itself is not overly sweet, so the glaze on top actually is a perfect touch. Once I had everything glazed and the crushed up cookies on top, this is how it turned out. It looks absolutely beautiful. My husband is not a sweets person. Anytime I bake something sweet, he never really tries it, especially if it's overly sweet. This Biscoff banana bread, he absolutely loved. And anytime I can get 10s across the board from my man, baby, it's a win in my book, okay? I also shared a couple slices with my neighbor. They absolutely love this banana bread. I will put the measurements and the instructions in the description of this video. This was the perfect way for me to utilize those bananas that were going bad in my kitchen and make a totally new dish. Baby, in the year our Lord 2025, food is too high to be wasting it. You hear me? So make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can follow this series. I'll be showing you various ways you can take food that is going bad or you have too much of and make into something completely different. If you're new to following me and this is your first video from me, I also share lots of Southern food content. I have a cookbook called Memories on a Plate, Southern Recipes I Learned from My Mama, which is available on Amazon, and I'll link it in the description below as well, just in case you want to grab you a copy. Baby, look how good and moist this banana bread is. When I tell you this was so good, baby, I love sweet bread. Give me banana bread, give me pumpkin bread, zucchini bread, apple raisin bread. I love it. And this recipe did not miss. This was so moist and it was so good. I made this banana bread on Saturday. It is now Wednesday. And I've had a little slice of this banana bread every morning with a cup of coffee. Baby, and it slapped every time. When I tell you it is so good, you definitely have to try this recipe. This recipe right here was a 10 out of 10 and definitely spilling the sweet tea approved. Go on to make that. That's delicious.